Hello and welcome to an introduction to the clarity or clearing side of happy mouth. And so we've called it getting clear with your mouth. But of course, we would all wish to have a clear, clean mouth with luscious pink gums and healthy teeth. If you don't already know me, I'm Shauna Teakin. I live in Australia. So here I am in Brisbane. And here it's 8 p.m. on Thursday evening, and there in Mexico it's 5 a.m. and it's midday in Paris and all the other places. So it's wonderful to see you all. I have been working with the Happy Mouth material for almost 8 years now with Dr. Tom Colso, the American dentist who put this marvelous system together. It took him 10 years to come up with all of the points and the processes and the clearings. And so it's been around for quite a while. I welcome your questions. You're welcome to interrupt me at any point. If it's off topic, I'll tell you, well, that's really a topic for another call or another day. So let me just explain for those of you who maybe don't know anything about Happy Mouth generative energetic dentistry, because that can sound very weird. Energetic dentistry, like seriously, what is that? Basically, it is about activating your body's natural systems to heal and regenerate itself. And more than that, to generate itself fresh and continue to do so. In the Happy Mouth system, or the Happy Mouth point of view, belief system, our bodies should be able to take care of themselves, but various things have gotten in the way of that. Those natural systems have become dormant, sleeping, turned off, or not working so well. And Dr. Tom Colso, through asking questions and working with his patients in the dental office, has come up with this system to activate those dormant, turned off systems that should be operating. And we'll talk a little bit about that, and I'm happy to answer questions on it. But this call is really about another aspect of the Happy Mouth system. It's really 3 parts. One part is activating the systems, and that's by touching somebody else, massaging, touching points on the head so that you can generate strong, healthy bone, which you need in order to hold your teeth firmly, in order for you to have youthful, plump, juicy gums, again, which are holding your teeth firmly, in order to regrow teeth if you've missed a tooth, lost a tooth from decay or lost a tooth from an accident and wish to grow a new tooth or teeth, you can regrow a whole set. We have points for improving the saliva in your mouth, which you need to have in good supply and good acid-alkaline balance in order, not just for the health of your teeth and gums, but for good digestion. We have points for stimulating gum regrowth and gum health. So we have physical points, points that do physical things in the body. And we also have points which open up receiving. We have points which open up awareness and insight. And these are important too, because much of what has gone on with our teeth, our gums, our mouth, the jaw, the whole structure, is impacted by, well, in a sense, inappropriate behaviors, meaning perhaps not cleaning your teeth as often or as well as you might, perhaps not visiting the dentist every 6 months for a checkup, perhaps your diet. There could be a whole range of what we would call practical hygiene aspects. No judgment on any of that. And if you get more awareness about where you could be changing that, it's a lot easier to change. One of the most interesting things that I discovered after having my systems activated was that I actually got a lot of, oh, this might sound a little weird, a lot of pleasure out of brushing my teeth. when it was no longer a chore and something I had to do, when I started using a very, very soft toothbrush, and that's what we recommend a particular kind of toothpaste, and I'm happy to send you all of that information after this call, that gently and softly brushing your teeth and gums is quite a pleasurable thing to do. And more than that, not brushing your teeth is so annoying that you can't wait to brush them because you go, oh, they don't feel so good. I can't wait to go and brush my teeth and floss, which is a real turnaround for many people who've got, resistance because they've always been told you have to clean your teeth, or they're tired, or if your teeth and gums hurt, if looking at your teeth and gums is upsetting for you, you don't really want to spend time in front of the mirror, any more time than you have to. In fact, I've met someone who wouldn't clean her teeth at all. And a lot of that is really related to how much self-acceptance or allowance you have. So many, many things begin to change. I've gotten ahead of myself here with the Happy Mouth system that are not just purely physical. When you open up your receiving, your body can receive the information. Oh, my teeth are dirty and they need to be cleaned is a very simple one. But if a tooth is chipped or cracked, if a gum is receding, the body can receive that information and respond appropriately by remineralizing the tooth, regrowing the gum, or whatever else is required. So a major portion of the Happy Mouth system are those points on the head being stimulated. Another part are actually hands-on processes, which the practitioner very gently holds. It's the most lovely feeling, like this. The person lying on a massage table and runs various processes for healing and regeneration. And then there's the other large part of it, which you could call clearing energies, or some people call it verbal processing. But what it really is all the myriad, the many, many, many energies that get in the way of us having not just healthy teeth, gums, and jaw, but a healthy body, because the mouth is really the source of disorder in the body, but also the source of wellness for the body. We know from 80%, we know from a lot of scientific research that 80% of any disorder in the body, any disorder, can be traced to what's going on in the mouth. It's only a few years ago that they discovered the link between heart problems and a particular bacteria that's found in the mouth. So if your mouth is not healthy, well, functioning, it could be creating physical problems in your whole body. And while it might take some time for that to come good, as we say in Australia, to get better, to change, to heal, let me remind you that Happy Mouth is not joining Hogwarts Academy. You are not going to be Harry Potter. You are not going to get a magic wand at the Happy Mouth school where you go bing, and the next morning you wake up and everything's solved. It takes time. You may have quite quick results. And I do know of people who've had within weeks, gums stop bleeding, gums start healing, within months, cavities start to fill in. It's different for everybody. It's always different for everybody. Not everyone can receive as easily as other people. That can be a process over time. Not everyone is prepared to change. Because let me tell you, if you want to change the health of your teeth and gums, you're going to have to change some other areas in your life too. So, translators, please stop me if I'm going too fast. I could just keep talking for hours and hours and hours, but we don't want me to do that. So, for anything to be showing up in your mouth right now as decay, pain, gum disease, whatever you've got going on, there must be something in your, let's call it your outer life, that's not working. Or let me put it another way. If something is not working in your partnerships or relationships, in your money flows, in your career, in all the different areas of your life, if something is not going the way you would like it to, or it's an ongoing battle or problem, or there's anxiety about it with you, it will eventually show up in your mouth as a problem. It could show up as clenching and grinding at night, and we'll talk about that. It could show up as your teeth wearing down, as all kinds of things. The good news is that if you target and start with the mouth, those outer things will begin to change too. And if you start with the mouth and do all of the physical activations and also some clearing of the kind that we're going to do tonight, things can change much more rapidly and efficiently. So, is there anyone here, it's kind of hard to see because there's a lot of people on, who is not familiar with using a clearing statement or clearing energies? Wave at me or yell out at me and go with me, because I'm happy to explain before we get going. Most of you have had some experience of that. That's fantastic. Okay. We are going to be doing some clearings. Stay on. We are going to activate one of the happy mouth points, and I'll also give you a process that will boost your plaque-eating bacteria. Woohoo! Who knew that there's actually a microorganism whose job it is to eat plaque for you before it hardens into that rock-like calculus. If you already have a buildup, and that's that white, hard, cement-like stuff that builds up on your teeth that the dentist has to clean off, if you've already got that, you need to go and get it cleaned off and start fresh. This process that I'm going to talk you through tonight, and you'll have it on the recording, will help prevent pretty much completely any new plaque building up. That's quite remarkable, and it may stretch your belief systems. In fact, a lot of what I'm going to talk about may stretch your belief systems. Let me say this, for any of the happy mouth processes to work for you, does not require you to believe 100% in the process at all. What it does require, however, is a 100% belief that it's possible. Not possible for you, not possible for me, just possible. A 100% belief that this ought to be possible. This, yeah, I've always suspected something like this. That is enough for you to begin to get change. And then, like many people, it doesn't have to be this way, but for many people, unless they see something, they have trouble believing it. So once you get to experience some change for yourself, it will open up the possibilities of how much more change you can get. Somebody's asking me here, Rachel, can I protect a cavity that already exists, that it should not need a filling? Well, it depends on how deep and how far that cavity has gone. I have experienced my own cavities filling in, but they had not got to the point where I was in danger of losing the teeth. If the cavity has gone very deep and there's a nerve involved, if there's any infection, if there's pain, it may be too late to fill that hole in naturally with the body's own processes, because it takes some months to do that, and you may not have months to play with. So getting a filling, however, if that is the best way to preserve the tooth so it doesn't die, because if that nerve gets irritated or infected, then you risk losing the tooth or having to have a root canal. I'm probably giving too much information here, but If you do get a filling and the fillings that you already have, running the happy mouth processes and activations will mean that your teeth will hang on to those fillings much, much longer than is usual. What a dentist will often say if you've got very old fillings, you're welcome, Rachel, is, oh, that's getting a bit worn. We really should think about replacing that filling. What they actually mean is that the tooth around the filling is beginning to wear. Usually that's what they mean. What we've found is with happy mouth, the teeth remain stronger, the gums are more healthy, so the tooth and the filling together are better off. So there's no contraindications for happy mouth. It can only contribute to you what you've already had done and anything you need to have done in the future. And let me say that with happy mouth, we're not against dentists. We're not in resistance to going to the dentist. However, we do recommend that you find one that you like. Okay, they should be a good dentist too, obviously. What do I mean by a dentist that you like? You're not going to be meeting them for coffee or going out for drinks, are you? Probably not. What I mean is that your mouth is a private place. It's an intimate place. Somebody sticking their fingers in your intimate place is, you've got to feel okay with that person. So you ask your body, are we okay with this person? You may not even have met them yet, but your body will know, touching us. And I'm sorry to get sort of personal there, but it's true. If your body really doesn't like being touched by that person, it's going to tense up and make it an unpleasant experience for you. Lynn Ray is saying, can gums regrow even after a gum graft procedure was done? Curious about this. Well, if someone's had a gum graft, they're probably not going to have gums growing, are they? If it was successful. So if you're asking me, will you get double gums? No, the body has awareness. The body is very smart. And that's a great question, actually, because something that I'm often asked is, I've just spent a lot of money on crowns on my teeth, or I've just spent a lot of money on dental work. If I do happy mouth, is new teeth going to come up and push all of that out? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You get to choose what occurs. A new tooth cannot come through unless there's an empty space there anyway. So if you've just spent a lot of money on getting a lot of crowns in your mouth or fillings or what have you, happy mouth is not going to undo that. It's going to contribute to you having healthier bone. You need good bone density to hang on to your teeth, healthier gums, healthier saliva, the whole picture. So I hope that explains. It's also awful having a dentist who shames you, I know, for bad eating or brushing habits. I have experienced that too. And it wasn't even the dentist, it was the dentist's assistant. So guys, I am no angel when it comes to my teeth. I'm not a saint. For at least 10 years, I didn't go to the dentist. My excuse was that I was a single mom and it was too expensive and I shouldn't spend money on that, blah, 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 blah. The truth was I knew stuff was wrong. I was in pain and I was afraid what they were going to tell me. So I just kept putting it off, saying, oh, there must be another answer. There must be another way. So when I finally didn't have the excuse of I don't have enough money or blah, 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 and I went to a dentist, they said horrible things to me. So how long is it since you had your teeth cleaned? And I can be a very feisty person. So my response was, shut up and do your job. And that was not a pleasant experience, I have to tell you. I had to find a new dentist. Yes, so let's do a clearing on that, shall we? So everywhere that you've been made to feel bad about your teeth, ashamed of them, where you've been blamed, it's your fault because you didn't care for them, It's your fault because you ate the wrong food. All of that energy that would be stuck in your mouth and jaw, would you be willing to let it go, please? With ease, that means you don't have to relive it at all. Would you be willing to uncreate and destroy it all? And here comes the happy mouth clearing statement. From and to the highest good of all involved, that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, point of creation of the thought, feeling, emotion immediately preceding whatever went on, where you got the shame and the blame and the guilt and all of that, okay? We call that POC VFs. I'm going to send this all to you. Don't worry about it. PPFs, all systems visible, invisible, and beyond thereof ad infinitum, and all the Mobius strips, they're the repeating patterns, keeping all of it in place, keeping it stuck. May they be unwound, untied, and decimated for all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory in holiness. I had to put the air conditioning on because it's getting real hot. So the happy mouth clearing statement is this huge amount of words, which is simply to take us back to the moment before some trauma happened, some decision we made. I hate dentists, or I'm ashamed of my teeth, or I'm a bad person. Go back in time to the moment before, unlock that, and then just clear everything that's snowballed on top of that, right up to the present moment. And with the happy mouth clearing statement, it's a little bit different to others you may have heard. It will continue to work and process in the days to come. In fact, we usually only run a particular clearing 3 times, maybe 5 times, usually about 3 times, and it's cleared. We don't run loops and hundreds of repetitions of clearings. It's very potent. With happy mouth, we are dealing with some very deep foundational energies. This part of our face, it's what everybody sees. In our society, the whiteness and evenness of your teeth has become a status symbol. That means how wealthy you are, how beautiful you are, how important you are. So everything that comes up for you when you compare your teeth to the perfect teeth that you see everywhere on TV and social media and magazines, all that comparison and judgment, where your poor, dear, sweet, beautiful body may have functioning teeth that are healthy or not so healthy, but they're certainly not going to get any better by being compared to somebody else's teeth, but to an impossible ideal. Everything that brings up, would you be willing to let it go? And I'll give you a good reason to let it go. Anything that you are judging about your whole body, but particularly with your teeth, if you're judging your teeth, you hate them, you've got feelings about them, it doesn't allow you to change anything. So I'm going to ask you, and I'll give you a little process in a moment, would you be willing to stop comparing yourself and comparing your teeth, your smile, your face, your beauty, your charm to somebody else's? And everything that doesn't allow you, you don't even have to know what that is. Would you be willing to drop it? Just drop it like a hot rock. If it's not relevant to you, it's not contributing to you, don't hang on to it a moment longer. From and to the highest good of all involved that benefits the oneness of the universe. Wow. A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips, may they be unwound, untied, and decimated through all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory in holiness. One of the easiest ways that you can begin the change with your teeth right now, apart from the obvious things of gently brushing your teeth at least twice a day, flossing, finding a lovely dentist, that you like, getting your teeth cleaned. If you need to find out what's going on in there, find out so you can have a plan of action. But most importantly, make a list of what you would like to change. We're talking about the mouth and teeth and gums right now. So you might say, I don't want to wake up in the morning feeling like I've been hanging by my teeth off a rope all night long. I've had that where I'm in so much pain and stiffness from clenching and grinding. I don't want to look in the mirror and be embarrassed. I don't want to go like this when I smile, so no one will see my teeth. Whatever it is for you, make a list of what you would like to change. This is not a list of you going, I hate this is horrible, this is terrible. It's just a factual, I would like to have straighter teeth, or I would like to have whatever it is, grow new teeth. Turn those points in your list to questions. Body, what's it going to take for us to have better or more or this or that? Your body knows what is required. Your body probably brought you here tonight. Your body knows what drink, what food, what activities. We just haven't been consulting it for a really long time. So it's going to take a little while for your body to trust you again, but it will. Bodies have amazing amounts of energy. It takes a really long time to slowly kill yourself. By that, I mean to make yourself old and sick. It starts at around age 40, and for a lot of people, it takes 30 to 40 years to diminish the body so much that it dies. Your body has vast amounts of energy that are there for happiness, joyfulness, we call it happy mouth, and health. It may be intense as you start this process. It may be uncomfortable. One of the major energies behind tooth decay actually is the desire to be comfy. I just want to be comfy in my little world because change is uncomfortable. Oh no, it's not my perfect life, but it's okay. I'll just go with the flow and see what shows up. One of the ways that people comfort themselves is eating comfort food. And a little bit's okay, you know that, a little bit in moderation. But when you really know you ought to be having more crunchy salads and lovely steamed vegetables, when you really know that you ought to be going for a walk every day and drinking lots of water. We all know these simple things. It's that, no, I just want to feel better. I just want to be comfortable. That's actually one of the energies underlying tooth decay. It's a resistance to change because change is seen as super uncomfortable, super intense. Do you know that old saying, better the devil you know than the devil you don't know? Means, well, at least it's okay here. It could be a lot worse over there. So that is something you can change. You can change the energy around that, and with the other happy mouth, the other part of the happy mouth system, physically change any decay that you have. Now, I have just a bit of a story about me. When I first came to Happy Mouth, my mum, who's on here, and I learnt the system. It was all taught through telecalls. There were no classes, live classes to go to. We swapped sessions and activated all our points. And I have to tell you that it takes every day for 21 days having certain points activated. In that time period, I found a new dentist that I like. She's adorable. I'm comfortable with her. She's very careful. She always says, you tell me if I'm hurting you and I'll stop. And she never hurts me, but my previous dentist, I always thought of her as a motor mechanic and I was a car she was working on. Not a good feeling. If your dentist is treating you like a car, open the hood, open the bonnet wider and get in there with some tools. Not good. So in the time between getting all my points run, the new dentist. I actually had to get a crown. I had impacted wisdom teeth. A whole range of stuff was pretty awful. And the old dentist had taken x-rays and said, okay, you need 6 fillings. Please excuse me if you've heard this story. I've told it a million times, but it's true. You need 6 fillings. She showed me the x-rays so I could see what she meant, these little shadows on the film. Went to the new dentist and said, okay, well, I'm going to have to get fillings. I'll have them. And she said, you don't need any fillings. And I said, yes, I do. I've seen the x-rays. And she said, no, you don't. And there's no holes in your teeth. And even though I'd been doing Happy Mouth for, 6 months, I just couldn't believe such a thing was possible. So those holes had filled in. I have to say, part of the success with that, I would say, is because I wasn't set on the outcome. I didn't say, no matter what it takes, I will not have fillings. This has to work. I just thought, I'm going to give this a shot. It's going to improve the health of my whole mouth. It was like an exciting journey. And I recommend to you, in any new thing that you go into, including Happy Mouth, have that almost childish wonder and no set expectation. You may really like to change what's going on in your mouth, but if it's got to change in the way you want it to, that's not an energy of generation and creation. So fast forward, I now have enough confidence that if I go for my checkup in a couple of months and she says we need to do something, then I'm willing to listen to what she has to say and make a choice. It may be I'm, 64 years of age soon, that some of those old fillings do need to be replaced, or there's a new one. Everything that comes up for you about being in resistance to the dentist, if you've got fear of going to the dentist from a bad experience in this lifetime, even if you've got an irrational fear of going to the dentist. I know my daughter had terrible fear of going to the dentist from the time she was a toddler for no reason. She would get up and run out of the office into the street rather than sit in the dentist chair. So whatever it is for you, if you have a fear of dentistry, a fear of the smell of the dentist's office, that smell as soon as you walk in, everything that comes up for you, and it may not even be from this lifetime, all of the lifetimes where you've had bad dentistry, where there was no anesthetic and they had to pull a tooth out. And often the person who did the tooth pulling was the horse vet or the farrier, the man who looked after the horse's feet, because he had the big tools and the pliers he used for pulling horses' teeth to do your teeth. Excuse me, now I've got a runny nose. I had chili prawns for dinner. So all of the lifetimes where you've had bad dentistry or you've had an injury to the mouth and it's been terrible, all of the energies that might be stuck here and not allowing you to have the healthy mouth you should have, would you be willing to let it all go without knowing the full story, without having to relive it, from and to the highest good of all involved, that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC-VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof, ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips, may they be unwound, untied, and decimated through all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory in holiness. Now, what we are talking about tonight is the energetics of Happy Mouth. You will get change from running clearings and looking at the energetics behind all of the different things in the mouth. But in order to grow new teeth, in order to make physical changes, you would have to do the Happy Mouth class and learn the points. What I am proposing to do is 1 call a month where we examine in depth each of those different energies. So, for example, we'll have 1 call that is just about tooth decay. But as I've said, that's really about being afraid to change, not being able to deal with change very well, maybe a whole pile of stuff about not moving forward in your life. We'll do a 1-hour call on gum disease. Now, that's an interesting one. The underlying energies of gum disease are basically where you can't make a choice. You're always trying to analyze, work out what's the best thing to do. Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. It's always trying to get things right, overthinking, overanalyzing, making a choice and thinking, oh no, now I've done it. I've made the wrong choice and I'm stuck with it, without realizing you can always make another choice. So that's a foundational energy of someone's life, of your life, of my life. Being able to make choices, decisions, moving forward with your life with confidence. You can see how if you have a chronic, and depending on the degree, problem with that, it creates a wobbliness, let me call it wobbliness, there's one for the translators, a wishy-washiness that doesn't allow your gums to support the teeth as they should. Actually, tooth decay starts in your gums. If your gums are not healthy and well, if there's bacteria, there's pockets, they're not holding the teeth well, it's the beginning of a whole lot of problems. But we can change that. So then we'll do another call on gum recession. Gum recession's another, well, I think they're all interesting. It's really about how much we buy into what we've been told and brought up to believe that as you get older, your teeth, face, skin, everything has to diminish in vitality, deteriorate, and get old. That's just the way it is. It's so unquestioning. Many people don't even question that. Oh, well, what can you do? As you get older, your teeth are going to get wobbly, fall out, look horrible, yuck. You'll get long in the tooth. What if there's another possibility? What if actually everyone who's listening now and who's going to listen to this recording in the future has at least 3 sets of, we call them tooth buds, but like a seed of a tooth, ready to go if a tooth falls out? There are people in the world who spontaneously grow a tooth as needed. There are people who are still living a very close to original tribal lifestyle in Africa. Their proportion of regrowing teeth as needed is 1 in 3. Now, some of that is undoubtedly due to the diet, but the biggest part of it is no one has told them you can't do that. So that can be reversed. Nobody has told them if you lose a tooth because a cow kicked you in the face or whatever reason, 6 months, a year, 2 years later, a new tooth emerges. And so they do. They don't have a problem with that. Does anyone have a question? Because I'm happy to answer if there's, I'm not seeing anything in the chat, but you can interrupt me, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, maybe you can tell us about your plans to go to Poland.
Right now, I have no plans to go to Poland. However, I am planning to come to Europe next June. So if I am invited to Poland, I will definitely come and run a class in Poland. That's the short answer.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Some of the other calls in the Clarity series, so it's 1 call a month. You can do all of them. If you did all 6, you'll get 1 free. You only pay for 5, or you can just cherry pick and do which one you like. I've got my list here. Also, the gum recession one, which is about aging, I'd like you to ponder this. Think about this. We call happy mouth, the whole thing, a youthening system. Most of what is going on in the mouth overall is how much we have been trained, conditioned, fed for many thousands of years that your teeth will have to diminish as you get older. We are saying, well, actually, the body has natural systems. There's a youthening system, a point for 2 points for that, one on either side of the head, that stimulates the body to regenerate, regrow, and heal itself. This is very exciting to me. It may be exciting to you too. To know that once your growth hormones are supposed to fall away and start diminishing after the age of 30, and then 40, it gets worse, 50, 60, 70, and you're on the downhill thing, it's not necessary. You can change that. And your thyroid hormones and pituitary hormones and all of the other things. This is rather nice, isn't it? Oh, Jayita's asking me, can this help with the white coatings on the tongue? And what is the energetic meaning of this? That could be candida. You'd have to get a test and find out, that it could be an overgrowth of unhealthy bacteria. Energetically, any overgrowth of an unhealthy bacteria, whether it's in the mouth or the gut, is to do with, you may not want to hear this, guys, a lack of self-love. Or you might call it a lack of allowance, or you might call it being very judgmental of yourself. You see, it creates an interior environment where the body is not happy. There is an acid and alkaline balance in the body, where if the body is more alkaline, it's very, very hard for bacteria, viruses, any diseases and disorders to flourish. Part of that is dietary, of course. A highly alkaline diet is one that minimizes breads, cakes, pasta, rice, and is more about vegetables and good quality protein and nuts and seeds. But the most acidifying energy on the planet is how much unhappiness, sadness, depression, anger, frustration there is all around us. And you probably already know this, that you are a bit of a sponge when it comes to other people's energies, or maybe a better way of putting it is you're like a satellite dish. You're always picking up all the beaming out, all the messages from other people's bodies. That's a talent, but the only problem with that is where it feels real, as if it's your body that is sad or upset or angry, because bodies feel. You're receiving a 3D biological energetic email. You open the email, you read it and become it. Instead of just don't answer those emails, just let them blow on through. How do you do that? Well, it's a process over time. A really good way is, right now you can start practicing, is just to pull energy from everywhere through the top of your head, through your lovely brain. Let your brain relax. How tired do our brains get? They don't move about much, but they get tired. Your eyes, let the energy run through your eyes and relax your eyes, and let it go into your jaw, your cheekbones. Turn the energy to gold. Just ask for it to be gold. You may not feel anything because energy is subtle. And just let it rinse through all of your teeth, all of your gums, the bones of your jaw, this joint here, your tongue, your lips, down through your throat. Your self-expression is very much a part of having a healthy, happy mouth. Being able to say exactly what you want to say means energy goes out, it doesn't get stuck in here. From the moment you're about 2 and you discover the word no when you're 2 years of age, you're told, don't say that. Be good. Do what mummy tells you. No, 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 no. Sometimes you get a smack if you say no. Let that energy go through your throat, your chest, your back, down your hips, out your feet, into the earth. Now, pull earth energy up through your body. How do you do that? Just ask for it. The energy of nature is soft and powerful and growing, and it could be green, it could be brown, it could be just all the loveliness of the forest. You can have that in your body. Let it go out the top of your head. And now the room that you're in, let your energy go out from your body and just fill the room. Oh, it's so much relaxation for your body when you stop pulling everything in tight. Relax. How much space can you be for your body, for your teeth? Are you a clencher and grinder at night? Are you trying to figure out things in your sleep? It's very addictive. And then you grind your teeth back and forwards. Very destructive for the mouth and for the gums too. This is where we try and figure out stuff. But you know, you might be trying to figure out stuff that was never yours to begin with. You may have grown up in a household where mum and dad were worried or angry or sad or frustrated, or, you know, it's not easy being a parent. You may have thought that that was your energy too. So all the energies that are caught in your jaw in particular, but maybe your whole body, which is simply you being aware of other people's stuff. Where are you in all of that? You're still in there. Let you out. Everywhere that you've picked up, decided you have to have the same teeth as your mum, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your grandfather. Genetics is not as important. It's not the force we think it is. You are not destined. You are not sentenced. And we really will go in depth to what are the energies of clenching and grinding? What are we holding on to? What else is possible? We'll look at what's the energy of your teeth if they're not even. Many people have braces on their teeth in their teenage years, and their teeth are lovely, but then by the time they get into their 30s and 40s, they're all jumbling again. You can change that. I have to say, realigning the teeth can be slow. It's not quick, 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 but you can change it. We'll look at what's the energetics behind bone loss, tooth loss, enamel, all of the different aspects. So what we've already looked at in this almost hour that we've been talking is you can begin changing things right now by getting out of judgment of your teeth and mouth and gums as they are now. They are the way they are now, but they can change. Not judging them, asking a question, body show me, or what's it going to take, or what else is possible, whatever you like. We've talked about how the past may be impacting you. But here's something I'd like to offer you as a way of setting yourself free. We've all been led to believe that something you did in the past is causing what you have now. So you really ought to blame yourself. For example, I must have eaten too many sweet things, lollies, chocolates. I must not have cleaned my teeth properly or enough. Therefore, I have what I have now.
Exactly.
Yes. And there is a lot of blame in that. And there's a lot of feeling bad about yourself, like you're weak or you're an unclean person or whatever. Would you be willing to drop that? That's actually called causal reality, cause and effect. Our bodies are far more subtle than that. Energies are not like that solidity. Everywhere that you're blaming something from the past, blaming yourself, blaming the event, blaming somebody, set yourself free. You've got the key for that particular jail. Here's a little thing. We have 31 people in the Japanese Zoom and one person has a question. Great. I'll answer that question in just a moment. Thanks, Emiko. There was something about the past and the causal reality. It's gone, but it might come back. Let's activate the master point for the health of the whole mouth. Normally with the happy mouth points, they have to be activated by another person for 21 days in a row, but there is some effect to be had by doing it yourself. So this point is the very first point that turned up or came up for Dr. Tom Colso all those years ago. You're going to go to the attachment of your ear here, 4 finger widths in a straight line straight up. It's a bit hard for me to show you on the video. And then 1 forward. So straight up and then 1 fingertip forward on both sides. I can find it quite easily because I've done it a million times, but also there's an actual little shape indentation where if you go straight up and 1 forward, you'll go, oh, there's a little spot there that's made for my fingers. And to activate any of the happy mouth points, you say, initialize, activate, exponentialize the dental generative system. That's the name of this point. Not dental, dental generative system. 3 times, initialize, activate, exponentialize, initialize, activate, exponentialize. Ooh, it might be a little bit sore. So I'm actually pushing and rubbing. You could just push, massage, do whatever feels good to you. Now, happy mouth points are only run or touched for 2 to 3 minutes each. But if it feels good, you can do it longer. Your head won't fall off. You won't die. I don't think. Nobody has so far. Okay. So Emiko, what is the question in the Japanese Zoom? Or Akiko, do you have it? Oh, that feels good. You can keep going if you want to.
One moment, Shona. I have to find out.
Not a problem. I just put the link to the Clarity series in the Zoom, but I'll email it to everyone.
May I read it in Japanese, Akiko-san? Shall I? Or actually, she is in the English, Zoom, named Yoko. So Yoko-san,
I can
maybe
see Yoko. Hi, Yoko.
Yeah.
Hi.
Maybe
Hello.
she can talk on this Zoom so
Sure.
that it doesn't have to see, right?
Sure.
あきこさんじゃないや、ようこさん。こちらでお話ししてもらってもいいですか？
はい。
ミュートを外して。
はい。聞こえますか？
聞こえるよ。
はい。すいません。そのまま読みますけど、私、さ36歳の時に乳歯が抜けたらしいんですよ。で、まあ、抜けたところがぽっかり穴開いてるんですけど、そこ、歯医者には永久歯の数は合ってるから、それ以上は歯は生えないですって言われたんですよね。で、そこがずっとぽっかり開いてる状態で、もう10年以上経ってるんですけど、こうなんかこう、なんつうんですかね、動いたり、まあ、入ることはないと思うんですけど、なんかそこにその部分が塞がる何かが起こるってことはないですかねっていう、このセッションをしたことに。
はい、わかりました。ありがとうございます。Okay, so she actually lost her baby tooth when she was 36 years old.
Okay.
And yeah, and the dentist said she has already have older, adult tooth. So there's no problem, but she still has a space. Yeah,
So
and
is there
yes.
an adult tooth waiting to come through under?
No, she already got the adult tooth.
And yet there's a space there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is there anything to do? So anything that she can do with Happy Mouse to fill that space?
Yes, but as we're talking about the energies of it tonight, the energetics of it will be everywhere. And this is not all that uncommon, guys. You maybe know someone in your family that has got a retained baby tooth or teeth. It does happen. And the energy of it is everywhere that before, not now because it's gone, before you really wanted people to look after you like a baby, and you didn't want to make your own decisions, and you wanted to be safe. But clearly for you, Yoko, you got to a point where you went, that doesn't work for me anymore. And that tooth is gone now. So then I would be asking questions. What else is possible for this space? Because if there's no tooth under it, the other teeth need to move to close up this space. Interesting. Thank you. It's sort of a bit outside. Thank you. It's a bit outside the realm of this call to go into the technical part of that, but it's the energetics always that you must look at. So thank you, Yoko. Thank you. Do we have some more questions, or? Are we all good?
Yes, we have a Polish question.
Oh, I'm very happy about that. Where are you, Patricia?
Dobra. Just a second. I will consecutively translate, okay? Będę
Yes.
tłumaczyła po kawałku. Proszę, zadawaj to pytanie.
Tak, ponieważ mam wyrwane 2 stałe zęby i pytanie, czy jest szansa, możliwość na to, żeby odrosły mi kolejne zęby.
The participant says that she has 2 permanent teeth removed, and is there any chance that they could regrow?
Yes. Well, that's
Oczywiście.
that's the Happy Mouse system.
Jak może być jeszcze lepiej?
Na tym właśnie polega cały system Happy Mouse.
Dobrze, tylko jak teraz trzeba zadziałać, żeby to się wydarzyło?
How should I proceed so that it happened?
Well, it takes about 2 years to grow a new tooth, so you must be patient.
Żeby odrósł ząb, potrzeba około 2 lat.
And for some people, that's too long to wait.
I dla niektórych osób to jest troszeczkę za długo, bo muszą być bardzo cierpliwi.
Especially if it's somewhere
Już
obvious.
jestem trochę cierpliwa, więc myślę, że...
Zwłaszcza jeżeli to jest gdzieś z przodu.
Słucham?
Zwłaszcza jeżeli to jest gdzieś z przodu. Nie każdy chce czekać.
To są kolejne zęby.
No, they are more to the back, so she
Okay.
is willing.
It's not obvious. So the procedure for growing new teeth is in the full happy mouth class.
Procedura odrastania nowych zębów jest objęta, jest zawarta w klasie 3-dniowej.
Aha.
So she could actually take the little basics class 3.5 hours.
Więc mogłabyś na przykład wziąć udział w klasie Basics 3,5 godziny na początek,
Because in that class, you learn to run the points for tooth decay and gum disease, which you must really run and get all cleared before you even begin to activate a new tooth.
bo na tej klasie Basics uczysz się aktywacji punktów, które odpowiadają za próchnicę i choroby dziąseł, i to jest zawsze, za każdym razem początek, zanim się zabierzemy za odrastanie nowych zębów.
And once you have taken that basics class and got your points activated by another person, if you then want to go on to the big class and learn the tooth activation process, we give you back your $270 that you paid for the basics class. We take it off the big class.
A kiedy decydujesz się na udział w klasie 3-dniowej, zwracamy Ci w formie rabatu tę kwotę, którą zapłaciłaś za klasę Basics. Jeśli sobie życzysz, oczywiście, na tą klasę 3-dniową się udać.
No, jeszcze nie wiem.
For the time being, she does not know yet.
Yes, I understand. And more information. When you're ready, Patricia holds basic classes, but we have about 16 basics facilitators all over the world. So there is no excuse.
U kogo mogłabym w Polsce taką klasę w Warszawie najlepiej zrobić?
Porozmawiamy później o tym, dobrze? Mamy 16 facylitatorów klasy Basics już, także w Polsce robię je ja, ale można sobie też wybrać dowolną inną osobę.
Okay.
You got it?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. So there is one more process I would like us to do, which I promised you, the plaque process. And I'm just looking for my notes. Where are they? I'd like you to get comfortable. Yes, do this. You might fall asleep because it's a very comforting process to do. It doesn't take long. It's only about 5 minutes. If you really want to get this process happening, you should get somebody else to do it on you every day for 21 days. By putting their hands on your face. It only takes about 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. So sorry, guys. I'm looking for a piece of paper with it on. It's called the plaque dissipation process. And it's one of the processes in the big 3-day Happy Mouth class, which I'm giving to you now. Oh, it's hiding from me. Okay, just a moment. So this is one of our hands-on processes. I talked about how we have point processes, point sessions, and hands-on. So here is the process. With your hands on your cheeks, we're going to ask for all of the microorganism entities that are designed to take care of plaque, calculus, etc., and all of those that are dormant, that means gone to sleep, or died, or unconscious within the bodily structures, and everything that made them decide or determine that they had to do that, and everything that encapsulated them, and everything that keeps them from being totally present, everything that is, will you uncreate and destroy it all, please? To and from the highest good of all involved, that benefits the oneness of the universe, A through F, all 7 systems, all 7 powers, POC, VFs, PPFs, all systems visible and invisible and beyond thereof, ad infinitum, and all Mobius strips may they be unwound, untied, and decimated for all time and space, so that all of life may continue to come with ease, joy, and glory in holiness. So you can keep your hands there. What we're doing is asking for something that used to have a physical solidity, which has died or gone away, to come back into physical reality. And this is something that you can do. You have to do it every day for 21 days, get someone else to do it for you. I have to tell you, some of the things that kill off those lovely microorganisms are Coca-Cola, soft drinks, other soft drinks that are sparkling, smoking cigarettes. They kill off the plaque-eating microorganisms. But that's just a little process that you can have and take away and play with. The energetics of it, we will go into more detail in the Clarity series. Plaque building up too much is really about the body overprotecting itself. The body feeling that it has to defend itself and build up this layer over the teeth. And so we go into the energetics of that. Here's the thing, the reason why we did a Clarity series a few years ago, and this one is that we don't get time in the full 3-day class to go through the energetics of everything in any depth. We do the best we can, but the 3-day class is so filled with information and processes and change that this is like an added extra. This will get you started even if you haven't taken a Happy Mouth class, and you may in the future, or you may have already taken a Happy Mouth class and you want more change, you want more. Either way, it becomes a terrific resource if you're a facilitator, because you'll have all these clearings to use on your clients or your students or on yourself. So I thank you all. Thank you so much for being on. Is there any more questions I can answer before we finish? Don't be shy. Okay, all right then. I will send the recording out as soon as I've uploaded and downloaded it. And I hope you can join us. The first call is this time next week, same.
Pierwszy Zoom. Excuse me, Shauna, we have another question, if I may.
You may.
Yes, okay? Okay, please, thank you. Proszę, zadaj to pytanie.
Tak. Mówiłeś, że podasz nam od kreowania.
Na co? Halo, na co od kreowania?
No nie pamiętam, na co to było, ale
Parę...
było na początku.
Excuse me, because the participant is asking for the clearings that were promised, and I'm sorry, I'm discussing with her what in particular does she have in mind, because we used to have a few clearings already during the Zoom, but she does not remember what.
She'll have to listen to the recording again.
And
yeah, sorry, go on.
Musisz wysłuchać tego nagrania jeszcze raz, bo tam są odkreowania.
Okej, to w jaki sposób mogę jeszcze raz odsłuchać to nagranie?
How can I listen to these clearings again?
Because I will be sending you the recording.
Wszyscy otrzymają e-mail z tymi nagraniami, z oryginalnym angielskim i z tłumaczeniami.
Okej, super.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And someone has asked also in the chat, where do we get the clearing statement for Happy Mouth? I'll send that out in the email, don't worry, and I'll send you the information on the toothpaste and all the additional things that we suggest. As I said, the first call is next week, but I'll send you out information on that. And it's 1 call a month for 6 months. So you can take 1 call or 2 calls. You can choose the ones you like, or all calls. It's totally up to you. Thank you. Thank you for our wonderful translators, Akiko in Japan, Patricia in Poland, Carla in Mexico, and the Hungarian translation will take place after. I hope I haven't forgotten anybody. I don't think I've left anyone out. Thanks, everyone. Lovely to see you. Happy mouth is very subtle. That lady may feel as though she missed something. It's going to be very interesting in the next few days to see what shows up for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, Shauna,
Yes, Mother.
I was going to say your monthly calls will be like references that we can go back to and read if we need to.
Exactly. I don't give a PDF of the clearings, but yes, you'll have that recording every month. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.